There's gonna be a change to this next season, isn't there?
Welcome to the D3 Discipleship Podcast, a podcast about the language and tools that help to create a culture of intentional discipleship in your church. We are excited that you're joining us today and hope that you enjoy what you hear.
Well, hey everybody, welcome back to the D3 Discipleship Podcast. Alongside me is my co-host, Katie Katzner.
Hello, everybody. Hello. And welcome to the last episode of season 4? Four.
Season 4. Episode
Wow.
80. Can you believe it? 80
I cannot.
episodes. Holy moly.
That seems crazy to me.
Yeah.
I feel like I came in episode 9-ish.
Yeah.
Right. Pretty close to the beginning.
Yeah. 3,720 downloads.
Wow.
Yeah. That's pretty wild.
I don't know what people always say this, like likes and downloads and stuff like that, and I have no idea.
Yeah.
I
don't know
Yay!
if that's good or not, but that seems like a lot for like just our church to be listening to, more than likely. Occasional church leader that maybe tunes in or whatever. But like, that's quite a few.
Yeah.
Know? Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Sure. And if it's not, we're going to say it is, So there you go. Yeah.
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 So what have we covered on this season as we are shutting it down?
Yeah.
That sounds harsh.
That does sound harsh.
Closing it out.
Like, it's over. Done. We're done with you.
Closing this season out.
Yeah, closing this season out. So this season we, spent a lot of time on the front end of like why each of the sections of our discipling pathway are important. So why is stories important? Why is abiding important? Competency, out, all the things, and why each of those things are important. So I would say if you're curious, like why do we do a certain part of the pathway? Hey, I would go back and check this past season out, and you can kind of fill yourself in on that. I think what's cool is, so I started my D group 2 weeks ago, officially. And then this past week, we did our first I shared my story as one of the leaders going first, right? And it was really cool. One of the guys at the end said, "This is so cool to like get to know each other so deeply," right? Like, so when you think about the importance of stories, like I think that's what we often say is to get to know each other below the surface. And it was cool to just have that affirmation of somebody in the group going, "Hey, I didn't know these things about you, and it's so cool to know those things about you now." And it makes sense why you're so weird. So no, he didn't say that part. I added that part, but you know what I mean. So yeah, but So we started with like why are things so important, and then we talked a little bit about 20 questions that you can ask your group. We divided that into 2 different episodes. 20 great questions to start conversation in your group. I think those were super helpful. We even got some feedback on those. Yeah. A couple folks were like,
tell me that, right?
"Oh, sorry. Thanks. I've been using that, so that's kind of fun." And then we concluded with this Holy Spirit dependency in the midst of our groups and the fact that we cannot do this alone.
But also, in there we talked about other changes, like the red, yellow, green.
Yes, we did. We talked about our new deployment language, red, yellow, green, and then we also talked about new deployment opportunities. Thank you for that reminder. Yes.
Yeah.
And so
that was huge for me.
Yeah.
I love that. I think it's going to rock the D3 world just in a good way.
Yes.
So
yes,
can't forget that one.
And I think, what has come out of that is in-step training started in the midst of this season as we were talking about it. And so we kind of clarified what is in-step training. But in addition to that, across all of our campuses, we now have 30 trained in-step leaders.
Wow.
And then we had our first actual intake for an in-step leader to walk alongside somebody. So that's pretty awesome. And I think even last night was the in-step follow-up, right? And so getting people to know, like, hey, here's your next step as a leader, and some cool things like that. But again, deployed folks getting some opportunities and getting to plug into some places. A lot of good stuff this season. I feel like a lot of good information.
Yeah. Well, what are we looking at for next season? Do we know?
Not sure. We do have coming up on September the 10th is our D3 Fall Gathering. So if you're a part of New City Church, it's where we ask all of our discipled leaders to come together. There's going to be encouragement that evening, training, coaching, equipping, clarity, all of those things, hopefully. And so we will launch our next season right after that. So
yeah,
pretty cool, I think. Going to be good.
It is.
But there's going to be a change to this next season, isn't there?
Just a little bit of a change. Probably a change that no one's even going to notice, to be honest.
Oh, whatever. But they will notice.
Yeah, so the change is going to be that I'm no longer going to be on the podcast.
Oh, my gosh.
I know.
She has not told me. She has not told me this, everyone. This is a new announcement. Totally kidding.
You seem very surprised then for not knowing.
Shocked and surprised. That's right. Yes. So tell us a little bit more about that.
Okay.
I'm not bitter, but tell us a little bit more about that.
I'm not sure. I believe, but I'm not sure. Have I mentioned that I am pregnant again on the podcast?
What?
Or was that before or after?
This is new news as well. Wait a minute. What? No.
Is it? I can't remember.
Well, honestly, I can't remember. We'll have to maybe go back and see. I don't know.
Okay. Well, if you either have not heard or have forgotten, Katie is pregnant again.
Yes.
With my second little boy.
Woohoo!
And we are due in December.
That's awesome.
And with that, I'm stepping away from, New City as a job, NAM as a job. I'm transitioning into the stay-at-home mom life.
Yeah.
And spending this season with my babies and watching them grow. And, I'm going to be a disciple maker at home.
There you go. So
that's right. I'm really excited about it. I'm very, very excited about it. It's a new season because I have not, it's kind of crazy because you know how you say, all the things that you will never do. And that's kind of what God makes you do. I've been looking back and this has been one of the things I'm like, I could never be a stay-at-home mom. Like I need the outlet. I need to go to work and all these things. And I think this is the last I'm never going to statement that God has now turned into, oh, yes, you are.
Yeah. Well,
so I've learned my lesson with all of that, but
sure.
I'm just really excited about it. So
yeah. Well, and some super cool things in that. Ketzner House is going to be a boy house. I think you're a great boy mom. Like you'll be a great boy mom. You'll hold your own is what I mean. Kind of like my wife, you'll hold your own in that house. So
I'm thrilled to have two boys, and especially since they're so close together. So Judah will only be 16 months old when the new one arrives.
Right.
And so them growing up so close in age, I think two little buddies, oh my gosh.
It's going to be awesome.
I'm ready for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but, I think at some point I had the option of working from home also.
Yep.
But I just, at this moment, I'm like, I can barely focus on, if I'm working at home, I'm either with my kid, trying to focus on his needs or then focusing on work and then neglecting his needs at sometimes, or not feeling completely present in either area.
Yep.
And so I was like, I want to be 100%. That's just kind of the person I am. I want to give it my all.
Yep.
And I wasn't feeling like I was giving my all. And so I'm just like, okay, I'm going to take this season for my babies. So,
I think that's awesome. And that's been your heart's desire, right? I believe.
Yeah.
So very cool that the Lord fulfilled that and you get that opportunity, right?
I know.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm very excited. So, even though I won't be back, you're gonna have a new co-host, and I was just told who this co-host is, and I'm thrilled.
Yes,
I'm excited about this.
Yep.
Who is it?
It is Amanda Albert, and so Amanda leads out our D3 at our KCK campus, but also has just a passionate heart about discipleship and has been our campus discipling leader for 3 years now, and so she has led multiple groups and has some great experience and love for discipling, and she's hilarious, just as hilarious as Katie is, and so and asks great questions, and so I think it's going to be a great fit. And we're actually the fun thing is what we're going to do is her and Abby are starting a discipling group in September, and so what we're going to do is we've told Amanda just come eat dinner with our family. And then we'll do the podcast, and then you guys can do your D group. And so we're just gonna knock it all out in that one evening, and we'll roll from there. So
that's perfect.
Yeah. So and what's fun on the other side of that, and we'll tell more of this in the next season. But Amanda actually she was a softball coach for Tonganoxie. She's lived in Tonganoxie and taught there all her life. And she was also a softball coach for the past several years and decided to step out of that this year. And but in that, felt like the Lord was calling her to do something more and to do something different. And then shortly after she told us that, we had talked, and I was like, hey, maybe this is an opportunity that the Lord's putting in front of you. And she's like, yeah, maybe I think that is, but I'll pray about it, And so she did, and feels like that's what she's supposed to do. So.
Oh, I love it.
Pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like my baby is in good hands now.
That's right. Yeah.
My podcast baby.
That's right. Passing it off. Yeah. Well, in that, I just wanted to affirm you for a moment that you have tremendously grown since the first couple episodes of the podcast. Like if you go back and you listen to them and you're like, I don't know what I'm doing here and all these different things. And where you are now has just been awesome to see, but also just incredible to see how you have grown as a leader just in the context of New City, and to see how you've grown as a mom and as a wife. And so just want to affirm you and encourage you in that. And I didn't mean to make you cry. I'm sorry. But it's been fun. This has been, 3 seasons? Like we talked about 80 episodes, and number 10, I think, was when you came in, 9 or 10. And I was like, I do not need to be doing this myself. I need somebody. I need a bubbly personality. And you came alongside, and it has been awesome to be a part of this with you and get to do this. So, yeah.
Ray. Yeah. He's a Lou.
Well, and even, you just said, I made these I'll never statements. And I think one of them was, I'll never do the podcast. And here we are, multi episodes after. And then also, I don't know if I can lead a D group, and you've done that, and you're rocking it and done an awesome job with that as well. So really cool to see. So, yeah.
Sorry.
No, I'm sorry. I should have warned you that was coming. I'm sorry. But Cody, I'm sorry I made your wife cry if you're still in the room.
But yeah, like the amount of growth that I've seen in myself it's crazy. Yeah. And like, it's been really cool to see even for myself. Cause, people have those I see in you conversations, a lot with you sometimes. And I feel like it took me a lot longer to like grasp onto that and like believe them. And I mean, I think I'm still unsure sometimes, but like, obviously that's a growth thing that, I mean, like, I know I can do it now. I know that like, it's not up to me. It's the Holy Spirit working in my life, and seeing him work in these areas where I just felt inadequate. Yeah. It's just, it's been great.
Yeah. The power of discipleship, right? Transformation, and cool to see it in your life as well. So, super awesome. Super awesome.
Sorry. Geez, Ray.
Sorry, my bad.
But it's been really fun being on the podcast, and like I've learned so much. And like I'll tell everybody this, like when I'm talking to them, like I just like the more you talk about it, the more you like immerse yourself in like the principles of D3, and like I think that's a lot, was having this space to ask all the questions and discuss and just hash things out and get other ideas and opinions and stuff like that. Like I think that helps me grow tremendously. So, you know, if you're listening to this, which I mean, that's a great start, is you're reaching out to learn more. But I think it's just good to immerse yourself and to dive in and ask those questions if you are unsure of things. That's how you learn. You get, you know, just listen to more opinions, and I don't know. It's just been good. I mean, for me personally. So obviously I'm going to encourage other people to do that. And I know it's easier to not. I know it's easier to just be like, I don't understand this, so like I'm gonna move on and not even try. But I mean, I don't know.
I think the fun thing is we do our best to not let people fall into that. Right?
Yeah.
Like we want to give you resources. We want to
coach
and equip. We want to push you forward to do this. And again, take up discipleship in your own life, but also take up discipleship in the context of the people that the Lord has put around you.
Yeah. And that's another really helpful thing that I think has helped me grow, is like there's like from the time that I was deployed and up until now, like there's been so many more resources added. You don't really have an excuse. I did not have an excuse to say I can't do this anymore.
Right.
Because people are like, but yeah, you do. You have this book that you can, you know, the playbook you can go by. You have the podcast. You have people to talk to. Your campus discipling leaders. You have these people who can help you answer any questions. Like you have these next steps for after you're deployed. These like easy stepping stones into, like you're kind of taking away every excuse to not be a disciple leader.
That's right.
So, but with that, with the taking away of the excuses, you're also providing a lot of support in a lot of different areas. So, that's been a huge change. I mean, even through the few years that I've been on the podcast, like it's just been constantly evolving, leading up to like the last few months where we're adding the red, yellow, green. So like, there's just been a lot to start helping you with that and to keep you going and encouraging you. So.
Boom. Good words.
Yeah. Oof. The words to leave by.
Yep. I guess. Okay, fine. No. Yes. So, all that to say, I guess, would you like to say it?
What?
We'll see you next time on the D3 Discipleship.
Why would I say it, Ray?
No, okay.
Why would I say it?
Well, you don't have to.
Because I won't.
Oh, you won't see us next time on there. That's right. Well, I guess you could say peace out, Discipleship Podcast or something. I don't know. So. Yeah. Okay.
Well, this has been a really great journey with you guys and Ray, as you encouraged me to do this, and I was very, 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 very reluctant. But like obviously, as we've seen, a lot of growth has come from it, and I've been really appreciative of this opportunity. And I'm excited for the next seasons. I'm stoked to have Amanda on. Like I can't wait to hear what she has to bring to the table, because like even like there was one all campus gathering and she led a breakout or something. I was like, this girl, I like her.
That's right.
So she's going to be great, but I'm excited for what's in store, and I'm going to miss everybody, but it's going to be great
Yep.
moving forward. So
Yep.
thanks for listening and putting up with for you, putting up with my
I love
questions and
Yeah.
being put on the spot.
It's been great.
And, for everybody else who is just stuck along my side as I'm,
There you go.
trying to ask these questions and trying to just process it myself
Yep.
on air. And yeah, thanks for sticking with me and still listening and, not running away from listening.
It's been good.
But yeah,
It's been good.
so I'm signing off.
Yeah. Well,
And Ray's gonna.
congrats to Katie
Thank
and
you.
Cody on number 2.
Thanks.
We'll see you next time on the D3 Discipleship Podcast.
Bye.
Thank you for joining us today. We hope that today's information was helpful and useful for your discipling journey. We would like to encourage you to subscribe, review, and share on social media. If you would like more information, check out d3pathway.com.